Alright, BitPlayer1's weekly technical analysis for February 8th, 2026. Starting off with the S&P 500, like always, man, this is chopping heavy. The daily chart doesn't show anything new. We'll go all the way to the hourly. Basically, we bounced off this daily line. This one's also a daily line because of the hyphens. We're at a weekly line. It looks like we might be breaking it. Looks like we did break the important zone for trend break. So what we'll do is we'll change that now to a daily line and move this to the important zone. Just because that one has been broken. So realistically, well, according to a trend, we're making lower highs and lower lows. So again, time will tell, but this could be a macro thing going on. Long time frame. Still haven't broken structure yet. They're still grinding higher, but it's taking its time. Now NASDAQ is looking worse. We've broken the important trend zone. We're below this daily line. We're below all the daily lines. This one's a monthly line. Yeah, we have this monthly zone here. That's really the only thing to watch for, but this one looks worse. But like, it's not all over. Really, we're in this range here, and we need resolution. It could very well still come all the way back up for all-time high. It's just too early to tell. We just need more time. Now the Russell is looking much better, like much better. We're holding this trend line still. We never went past the trend break zone. So clearly money's rotating out of big tech into small caps, which, oh no, this is the Dow. Okay, still. I take that back for now until we get to the Russell, but Dow Jones looking good, uptrend just fine. We're holding the support line. We haven't broken any important trends. Looks great. Now Russell 2000 with the small caps like I was talking about. This one's a little tougher to tell in the daily what's going on, especially with the extra trends. This is a 4-hourly. It looks a little better than the S&P and the NASDAQ, but we're not out of the swamp yet. We could be bouncing off the midline of this trend. We're in the zone, so when you're in the zone, anything could happen. Maybe we come to the top here and reject and then get stuck, and could be all-time high, or it could, start to go down. Time will tell again on this one. Now the dollar looks like all evidence is pointing towards lower prices, or lower lows, lower highs. We're still rejecting on this monthly line here. Got this other monthly line that's a little bit. We'll see if it starts to get too low here. We could risk coming in and potentially going much lower. But maybe something does happen where we catch this line, the monthly line, and the trend, come back up, and eventually kind of get out of the bottom part of the range. But if the stock market's looking bad and the dollar also looks bad, where's the money going? Maybe metals. Now this one had a lot more damage. Yeah, if we zoom out, and let's just turn everything off and look, we broke this low convincingly, but on the big picture, this could be just another higher low from this one. Like, imagine this one doesn't exist, and this to here was all one leg, and this is the new low. I'll draw that a little cleaner. Here's the low. This is all one leg. You don't consider it as another low. That's the high. Then this is the low. That's still higher. So it's always the same thing every week with Bitcoin. Like, oh, well, maybe. There's a chance. Yeah, it's hard to tell if this was just a quick flush or if this is the start of a bigger move down. Just trend rules. We're getting lower highs, lower lows, a lot lower lows. So this is a steep downtrend. It's already been confirmed. So that's pretty important, pretty notable. It's kind of a gamble here. This could be another higher low, or we start to really get more aggressive price action like this. So we'll see what happens. The recovery has been decent, but not that great. No, gold's doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I did well in my short, but it looks like that short could have been just another higher low, kind of like the Bitcoin story, where it looks really bad, but technically higher lows. We didn't close a candle outside of this trend. It went past it, but came back up and caught. It also held this, I think it's a weekly line, monthly line. Yeah, we had a monthly zone here, and it held. Barely. Wow. So, personally, I think gold just keeps going. It hasn't really done anything structurally wrong. And it's still postured to the upside. So maybe this thing's not done. Now silver. This one is kind of a shame because I think this is the one more average people got into, and it got treated worse than gold did. This one convincingly broke the last low multiple times. But I suppose if you count this as one leg, the last low is down here, so we have quite a bit of room for a higher low. Let's do a fib from here to here and see what we got. Okay. Well, maybe down to the 786 for another move up. This is a problem though. This upwards trend line is confirmed. Right here, we're confirming that it's a top now instead of the bottom like it was here. So it's looking worse than gold is, but the metals will move together. So if you see strength in gold, this can get it too. Looks like we broke both of these important trend break zones. I'll just switch them to daily lines for now, and we'll keep watching. Now oil, this one's been interesting, but it's kind of business as usual. This red line has been holding for so long. It looks like it could be holding again. We also have this weekly zone that's now acting as a top. We're now outside of the red trend line, treating it as a top. So one would think this is a short, kind of, yeah. This might be a short to some more levels before we finally have the power to break through. But this red line, trend line at the top here has been aggressive. It has been real hard for oil to get past this trend line. Oil is probably a short. Natural gas, boy has this been disappointing. I mean, wow. What a great move up. And we've given probably 707 fib. Do I have a template? Nope. But yeah, this is probably a 707 fib. Probably going to go back to 786. Correlate with the trend line here. Something like there would be a good area for a catch. I was really hoping that this generational shift of down was starting to come up, which it still very well could be, but Man, it is very volatile. Like, look at that. He gives it all back. Huge move. Let's see. 96% move. Wow. And then he gave it 40% back of that. 35. So, we'll see. There is a 707 fib that I don't have showing. I guess I could quickly probably do it. 0.707. I have a Fibonacci video coming where I'll explain that, but yeah, we're at the 707. Most likely move into the 786. It's still just down. So down for now, but the macro trend is up.